You know, I thought about it to myself today, but I don't think I've ever made a video on Final Fantasy 15. Now, I do remember specifically saying how I beat Final Fantasy 15 for the first time because, you know, when I first got my PS5, you know, you get plus with it for I think like what, like 3 months or I don't know, you get it for a certain amount of time, right? So when I had gotten plus, before they did that like the PS Plus thing where it's basically like Game Pass on Xbox, they had a thing where it was basically you can play PlayStation's greatest hits. Along with that was like things like God of War 2018, Horizon Zero Dawn, Bloodborne, and a bunch of other games, but most importantly, Final Fantasy 15 was on there. When I first played it, I was like, this is kind of a fun game. So I kept playing it, but at the time, you know, there was just more games coming out. I was still mainly on my PC also, and I think that was also when I started to get into Destiny 2, because I remember hopping on when like the Witch Queen was like really popular. I think I hopped on like during the second season of the Witch Queen or third season. Just whatever was going on at that time, I had stopped playing Final Fantasy 15, and you know, before you know it, my PlayStation Plus had ran out, and honestly, I didn't really feel like buying Final Fantasy 15 again, because even though I liked it, I think it was the fact that, you know, I would have to invest so much time into it. I think that's what kind of really drew me back. But I will say this, the thing that did remind me about Final Fantasy 15 again, just to make this video on it, was the fact that I have some of its songs on my soundtrack. So after I finished it, I went to go listen to like the whole album of like every song on that game, and man, let me tell you, Somnus is just different. I'm not gonna lie, listening to it kind of made me want to cry a little bit. And I don't know if it's because of how beautiful the actual song is, or because the song actually makes me remember like what I actually experienced throughout the game. Cause man, let me tell you, like being with the bros in that game it's a different feeling. Like I'll always say like Ignis was my favorite by far. He was my favorite bro out of the whole group. My girlfriend was actually watching me play it. She actually liked Gladiolus a lot, but I think she just likes like big muscular guys. I think that's her type. You know, I might not be that guy anymore, but you know, I used to be. When I first played, when it came to like Prompto, I didn't really care about him. And it's funny too, because even when I came back to it to finish it, I still didn't kind of care. I mean, I liked him. I'll say that. I didn't really like, I wasn't as insane about him as I was with like Ignis, right? I think early game, they make Gladiolus look a lot cooler. I mean, he's the most confrontational with Noctis, considering he's the one that like sets him straight when he's like kind of straying from his ways of what he should be doing as the future king. And then Ignis is just Ignis. I mean, like, he's just so nonchalant. Like, I wish I was him, to be honest. Like, he can cook, he can clean. I mean, what else can't he do? And then Prompto is just like the happy-go-lucky guy. Like he's more of like, I guess you could say, the personality of the group, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just I liked everybody else more than him. And even with Noctis, like being kind of like a spoiled brat in the beginning of the game, given, I mean, his dad did just die. But there were some moments where I was like, all right, you need to like lock in Noctis. But yeah, after playing like the DLCs after I had finished it, oh my god, it changed how I felt about Prompto so much. I don't know if you guys have ever played it, but you need to go play after you finish it, because it explains so much. How can I say it? I think in chapter 7 of the game, Gladiolus kind of like separates himself from the group because he's like, okay, I need to go do something, you know, like I'll be back. Which is fine, you know, like, he's a grown man. I'm sure he could handle himself. But it's like, it sucked not having him for that little while. But in the DLC, they explain, like, where he went in that time. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know he was doing all that. Like, he was actually risking his life for Noctis. Because he was trying to prove to himself that he was strong enough to, like, serve next to him. Which is really cool in my opinion. I don't think I've like seen that. I mean, if there are other examples of like that in media, like please let me know, because that's actually such a cool thing to see. But then with Ignis, like I remember when, I forgot what chapter it was, but basically it was when Leviathan was being introduced into the story. Like that whole scene where Noctis was like knocked out after the Luna Freya thing, and freaking he put on the ring to fight. What was his? I call him the homeless guy because I just don't like him, even after playing his DLC, but I'll get to that. Ignis puts on the ring, and keep in mind, the only people that could put on the ring are like the actual like royal family, or I guess you could say like the chosen one. Did Noctis's dad have it? I really just don't remember. But basically the royal family, let's just play it safe. The royal family can only wear it. And the fact that Ignis put it on, asked Noctis's ancestors for the strength to protect him, because he had that much faith in him being the chosen one. I'm not gonna lie, that has to be like top 5 Final Fantasy moments in my opinion. Like, that's cool as shit. Like, that honestly solidified him as my favorite Final Fantasy 15 character. And I'm not gonna lie, might be even top 5. And then with Prompto, like finding out about his backstory in that DLC, like after he fell off the train, I think it was going, I forgot who it was going towards, but I know they were on the train and Prompto fell off because Noctis was being tricked. That whole fucking DLC was insane. Honestly, maybe it was a little better for me because Aranea was in it. By the way, wow, what a character, I must say. Her and Cindy, wow. I don't know who was the character designer on that game, but man, they deserve a raise. My lord. All right, let me stop. But yeah, bro, like that was really sad to find out that like he was a clone of like the evil doctor that was like making these soldiers. Yo. And then to find out basically the whole game you were basically in a way killing Prompto. That was just insane. That, like, it made me feel bad kind of for the soldiers, but like at that point they were kind of like, I guess you could say, being controlled, which was insane. The other DLC with the homeless guy, I could really care less about it. I mean, it does give me more insight on like why he's like that, and it is kind of sad that that was his destiny that he was given when it was spoken by Bahamut. I did kind of feel bad for him there. That was really sad. And also too, when I still don't understand why, like, was Noctis's ancestor like good? Maybe it's not clicking with me, but like, why did they make Noctis's ancestor, the first king, look so evil in that scene when he was killing, well, quote unquote killing the brother, or the sister, not the sister, the brother's wife? Like, I'm not gonna lie, that's some crazy-ish. And then all for them to make it seem like, you know, he was actually like a good person later on when he was invading the city. That was weird for me. I didn't know how to feel about that. But yeah, man, that game is really beautiful. And honestly, hot take, I would go as far as to say that Final Fantasy 15 might be better than 16. Hey, that's just my opinion. But honestly, I enjoyed 15 a lot more than 16. But don't get me wrong, though. Don't get me wrong. 16's combat is way better than 15. Nothing will ever touch 16's combat. That shit was actually generational. But yeah, bro, that game is beautiful. And then listening to the soundtrack after that and just like remembering exactly when these songs would play. Oh my gosh. Oh, and then not even to mention too, right? After you finish the game, and then they have like the wedding scene between Noctis and Luna Freya, and then it transitions to the opening menu and changes the menu for the rest of the game. Oh my god, that is actually peak Final Fantasy moments right there. That was actually so good. I was like, my jaw was dropped. I had no other words. Like, it was just so good. But yeah, man, Somnus, the instrumental version, is always on repeat when I listen to it, bro. Like, I actually had to make it its own like separate playlist of Final Fantasy songs away from like my video game music playlist, because it's that good. Like, oh gosh, I honestly wish that I could like play the game again and do like a lot of the end game content, because I didn't fight Garuda. I didn't do that little like collab thing that they had for this like random ass like 2000 game. I didn't do any of like the level 100 bosses. I didn't do any of that. But man, I wish I can go back with no memory or no recollection and just do everything all over again, because it was that beautiful of a game. I really wish I could go back. It was that good. But yeah, anyways, if you guys have never played Final Fantasy 15, go play it. I don't know why also that I remember before I had even played Final Fantasy 15, a lot of people were shitting on it.
Okay, don't forget.
I don't know what that was about. Was it because that was like real-time action? Was that because it was the first real-time action Final Fantasy game? I don't know. I'm not that tuned in to Final Fantasy 13, so I don't really know, to be honest. But man, bro, that was actually such a fantastic experience. And honestly, it made me want to go back and play Final Fantasy 16 too. And not even just that. Oh my god, I could just keep talking about this all day. But like, it made me want to do research on like other Final Fantasies, because I haven't played a majority of the series. And man, let me tell you, some of these character designs are so freaking cool. Like, there's this one chick named, I think, Tara Branford or something like that. She's like from Final Fantasy 6 or Final Fantasy 5. Yo, that is the most beautiful character design like I've ever seen. Then again, too, like whoever does the art for the Final Fantasy games in that like certain art style is like he pops the fuck off. Like he got bills to pay. I don't know, man. Like I need to start playing these other Final Fantasy games because they're just peak character design, peak story, peak combat. I don't mind the turn-based either, so that's not gonna even be an issue for me. I need to get on it, bro, because I'm missing out on like some really good games. But yeah, anyways, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.